Carly Pearce recently addressed the backlash she received following a heated incident during a performance last month. While performing at We Fest in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, the 34-year-old country music star found herself in the spotlight, but not for the usual reasons. During the show, Pearce called out a rude fan in the audience who was disrupting her performance. In a bold move, she ordered the man to leave the venue, using strong language that sparked a wave of reactions. The altercation took place when Pearce was on stage, giving her all to the crowd. At some point during her performance, a man in the audience shouted a disrespectful comment that Pearce did not take lightly. In response, she pointed at the Heckler and told him to get the F out of my show, a moment that was captured on video and quickly shared across social media platforms. The footage shows the man being escorted out of the Sioux Pass Ranch where the festival was being held, as Pearce addressed the audience with visible frustration. In an interview with Fox News Digital, Pearce opened up about the incident and the backlash that followed. She explained that while many of her fans supported her decision to stand up for herself, others criticized the harsh language she used. Pearce revealed that even her own mother, Jackie Slusser, was among the critics, advising her daughter that she could have handled the situation with more restraint. Of course, people were like, you could have used a different word or you could have had a little bit more reserve, and I mean, my mom agreed, Pearce shared. The I Hope You're Happy Now singer recounted how her mother told her, you didn't have to say that word. To which Pearce responded, I understand, however, she also stood by her actions, emphasizing that, as an artist, she feels deeply connected to her performances and is entitled to defend herself when disrespected. But at the end of the day, we're artists and we're putting our heart and souls out every night, Pearce continued. And there have been so many different things that I have not spoken up about. She went on to express frustration with the double standard she believes exists for women in the country music industry. According to Pearce, male artists often face fewer repercussions when they stand up for themselves, while women are labeled as disrespectful or out of line for doing the same. I think as a female in country music, I've talked to a few of my other female friends in the industry, and it's like, the boys do it, and it's cool, but if I do it, it's like she's being disrespectful. Despite the criticism, Pearce made it clear that she doesn't regret defending herself and hopes that her actions will inspire others to stand up against bullying and harassment, whether it occurs online or in person. I want people to stand up for themselves, Pearce explained. And you shouldn't bully people, whether it's on social media, at a show, like, we're human beings too. And it's just not nice, and I think people should just be kinder. Pearce's strong words struck a chord with many of her fans, who cheered her on both during the show and online. She made it clear that she doesn't tolerate disrespect and suggested that anyone who isn't interested in her music is free to leave her shows. That guy did not need to. Go get a beer if you don't want to hear me sing. Just, I don't care. I don't want you here anyways. Pearce also shared that this was the first time she had ever ejected someone from one of her concerts. That is the first time I have sent somebody out of one of my shows, but if somebody's going to be that mean and disrespect me, you are not welcome, she said. While Pearce has not had to repeat the action at any subsequent performances, she admitted that she wouldn't hesitate to do it again if necessary. During the same interview, Jordan Davis, who co-hosted the 17th Annual Academy of Country Music Honors with Pearce, voiced his full support for her actions. I absolutely loved it, he said. I loved every second of it. He even predicted that Pearce's confrontation with the Heckler might have deterred future disruptions. And I don't think she's had to worry about hecklers from here out, Davis added. Pearce, reflecting on the incident, agreed with Davis. She pointed out that her response might have shown a different side of her personality that fans hadn't seen before. It's always been in there, that Kentucky side. Don't mess with me, she joked. The incident took place while Pearce was touring with fellow country star Tim McGraw as part of his Standing Room Only Tour 24. Unfortunately, McGraw had to cancel the remaining dates of the tour due to a health issue. On August 16th, it was announced that McGraw would undergo orthopedic surgery on both knees after sustaining an injury during the tour. Pearce has also faced her own health challenges in recent months. In May, she revealed on Instagram that she had been diagnosed with pericarditis, a heart condition that had forced her to make some adjustments to her performances. I've been working with doctors and talking to my cardiologist, and I still want to be out on the road. It's really important to me, she said in a video posted to her Instagram. Pearce explained that while she is still able to perform, she needs to keep her heart rate under control during her shows as she continues to heal. So, if my shows look a little bit different, just know it's because I have to keep my heart rate under control right now, and that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be completely fine. It just means right now, I've got to really take this seriously, she added. In her interview with Fox News Digital, Pearce shared an update on her health, expressing optimism about her recovery. Not working out is hard. I'm doing well, she said. It's something I'm still kind of dealing with, and it's definitely going in the right direction, which is good. And I feel close to normal. Pearce emphasized the importance of listening to her body and encouraged others to take their health seriously. But I think it's, again, just something that I have to keep in check. And I hope that my story has at least made people, if you have that little tinge that maybe your gut is telling you something's wrong, go get it checked. In addition to her tour and health struggles, Pearce recently returned to host the Academy of Country Music Honors for the 4th consecutive year. She was joined by Jordan Davis, with whom she shares a long history of friendship. The two hosts reflected on their early days in the industry, when they were both struggling to make ends meet. Pearce cleaned Airbnbs while Davis worked as a bartender, and both musicians look back on those times with a sense of pride and accomplishment now that they've made successful careers in the country music world. Their shared history made hosting the ACM Honors together a special experience for both Pearce and Davis. One of the highlights of the evening for the pair was paying tribute to country music legend Alan Jackson, who received the ACM Poets Award along with Walt Aldridge. Definitely getting to honor Alan Jackson, somebody that's been just such a huge influence to both of us and so many other artists in the country, Davis said. Man, just what a legend. Pearce echoed Davis's sentiments, also praising another honoree from the night, country star Chris Stapleton. Stapleton was recognized as the ACM Artist-Songwriter of the Year, and Pearce had nothing but admiration for his work and artistry. I'll talk about Chris Stapleton all day, she said. He's a one-of-a-kind singer. He's a one-of-a-kind, true artist. Pearce went on to explain how Stapleton's artistic integrity has inspired her in her own career. He does not waver in the kind of music that he writes and the kind of music that he performs and what he believes in, how he does a show, she said. I think he just is undeniably himself. And he doesn't have to wear blinders because he doesn't care what people think of him. He's going to do it his way. The ACM Honors ceremony, held on August 21st at Nashville's historic Ryman Auditorium, also celebrated Luke Bryan, who received the Lifting Lives Award. The award honors country music artists and professionals who are committed to making a positive impact through charitable work. Davis, who teamed up with Bryan on the 2021 hit song Buy Dirt, spoke about his admiration for Bryan's generosity and dedication to giving back. I mean, goodness gracious. From the second I met Luke, and this was even before we teamed up on Buy Dirt, he was always a helpline, Davis said. He added that Bryan has always been willing to offer advice and support, and their collaboration on Buy Dirt was a career-changing moment for Davis. Bryan's recognition at the ACM Honors was a chance to shine a light on his philanthropic work, including his involvement in Farm Tour and other charitable initiatives. He's just always there to help out with any charitable organization. So it was a special night to get to shine some light on Luke for that, Davis said. As Carly Pearce continues to navigate the ups and downs of her career, from handling hecklers at her shows to managing her health and hosting prestigious awards ceremonies, one thing remains clear: she is unapologetically herself. And that, perhaps, is what her fans love most about her. Whether she's standing up for herself on stage or lending her voice to important causes, Pearce continues to make her mark on the country music world, one heartfelt performance at a time.